Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator, and look, this is not where I ended off. I've been over here, spending a long time gathering XP and enchanting books here at the Enderman farm for one item, because I realized it wasn't a 1.11 thing. It was a 1.11.1 change that was made, and so after being bugged about it plenty of times, I realized, what if people, whoever downloads this world, feel like going for the infinity mending bow? And so I've spent a lot of time. I went from about 1,000 something Endermen to over 5,000 Endermen being defeated. My other sword's gone. It's not deleted. It was, I put it away before it broke. And so, yeah, that's a lot of what I've been doing because I saw the change for mending and infinity not being compatible as of 1.11.1. Here we are in the pre-release of 1.11.1, although kind of funny that this version in particular was released the same time as 16W50A, but it has bugs. It has two particular bugs that ended up being fixed in 16W50A. And so, yeah, that stuff and other things are going to end up getting fixed when we hit the full release of 1.11.1 tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. But now that I got that, I don't have to worry since all my other stuff is already... Oh, in fact, hold on. It has mending on it. Why don't I... I don't have arrows, right? No. I was going to say, why don't I get this bow fixed up? Yeah, also, as you see, I spent the time to get the Endermite. I got the Endermite going again. Somehow this one spawned so much quicker. That first Endermite took forever to spawn. This one only took 5 or 6 Ender Pearls. And so, oh well. Yeah, now that I've got the bow, I'm gonna put it away and potentially never touch it again. But, regardless, we still have the cobblestone and dirt in there. Still have some more cobblestone here. I think now it's safe to head back. Hold on, it is warm in here. A little bit. Don't have a working heater. Working full-size heater, so I've been using a space heater to keep my room warm. And I guess if I don't need it as much as I used to, that means it's finally warming up. What's the current temperatures for today? As of right now, it's 51 with a high of 56. The low of 40. Rather interesting. That's colder than what I thought. It's colder than what I expected it to feel. We'll be back up into the mid-70s by next week. And hooray, we might be getting more rain soon. It rained here recently, and I was having a great day. I thoroughly enjoy whenever it rains. Usually. So long as I'm not required to be out in it, then I tend to enjoy it more. And yeah, we're gonna work on that ice highway soon. Here in the end. This is the next place I'll need it. I don't know where else I'm gonna need one. But that can wait. But I was planning on examining the list of biomes I've been to and comparing them with the list required for the adventuring time achievement. Because it turns out I've been to a lot of them. I've been to more biomes than I thought I did. I guess I've done a lot of traveling since 13W36A. I think it was introduced by then. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a 1.7 achievement because it came with all the new biomes, and the new biomes were added in 1.7. Or I should say before then, 13W36A. Even if there were changes and whatnot to them since then. Well, anyway, so with all that, I might go for the adventuring time achievement after all. I also have the Wither, but I'd rather not deal with that on stream. I'd rather take the skulls and kind of like what I did here. Just spend the rest of the day going for it, since I didn't do much else. Oh, that's not true. I did house cleaning. It was windy here recently. Very, very windy, and so I did some sweeping and raking up outside. Dishes got done as well. Other stuff like that. And see, what else? So, yeah, other than that sort of stuff, I spent most of my time on here. I didn't do anything on my little triangle game yesterday, but that's alright. After working on it for several days straight, I think I'll take a little break. We'll see if I get any more done today. The UMP, this is on a time limit. I don't have a time limit for my fun little triangle game. So if I wait around a few days, plus I was getting a little tired of level design, I shall say. See, the fun part of making a game is all the coding. That's where I enjoy it most. Level design is it's alright. As long as I have my ideas, then I enjoy putting stuff together and seeing how it plays. But yeah, I finished the first level, and I realized between the time I started working on it and the time that I stopped working on that first level, there are several more objects, actors as they're called in Unreal. Well, I guess the actor is a subclass of object, not important. Well, anyways, I needed several more features implemented. Stuff with gates and the transition between each level, since I didn't know what I was going to do for that. I'm not going to make the game one super long level. I feel like that would not be optimized well. It's also nighttime. Let's catch some Z's. Oh wait, did I put away the ender pearls? Or did I keep some on me? Oh, I got 10, alright. Yeah, we're going back to digging. Let me put away the little objects I don't need. And so now, whenever I need to repair my pickaxes, I can just poof, head back to the end. Call it a day. So yeah, slime balls and ender pearls will be put away, and the bow. Let me also resupply some more bacon. So with the full enchantments, that's also kind of a I need to do this quickly thing, because I want to say 1.12 is going to change how the enchanting system works. So 1.11.2 Monday, it's kind of the last day for me to make sure that all of this is ready. Gotta make sure that all my tools and all my armor. Now here's the thing, if you notice, yes, I did get the mending on the bow. That means I need one more mending book. I'll have to do more trading. Well, I'm not too bummed about that. That can wait. And in fact, here, before I forget, since I think we'll just head straight over to the thingy from here, I'll need to put away all the dirt and cobblestone. Where is... Oh wait, ender pearls are items. Keep items on the right. Relative to where I consider the beginning of the warehouse is. Even though pretty soon here I'm going to need another warehouse. Warehouse 3, the trilogy. No, Warehouse 4. I already have my third one. That's my third warehouse. I didn't know where to put it because I wanted it close to the first two, so I said, well, how about I just stack it? Because I already had all of this here. I don't remember why I built that platform covering the pig stuff. I really don't remember, like, at all why I built that over my my little pig archway. Because I used to be open way back in Alpha 1.2. That's one of the things I did during the 4-hour episode 100 New Year's special was, hooray, we reached Alpha 1.2. And so I totally took advantage of the easy duplication bug with nether portals, where if you open a chest in the overworld while you're going through the portal, when you pop up on the other side, the inventory is still going to be open. So if you pull stuff out of that chest, and then you leave the portal, hop back in, return to the overworld. All the items are still going to be in the chest. So you duplicated everything that you pulled out of there. Totally fun bug. And I want to say it got fixed in beta 1.0. I think it lasted all of alpha 1.2. Yeah, when the whole inventory system was redone in beta 1.0, that's one of the bugs fixed. In fact, another thing is that the inventory will close after you're a certain distance away. Because there might have been another bug where if you took a minecart far away from a chest, far enough to where you unload the chunks, the GUI will still be open. So if you're far away, you pulled everything out of there, and then you took the minecart all the way back, the items will still be in the chest because it didn't save that you pulled them out. Alright, boop. Why are there so many torches? Howdy, welcome back. I put torches all over the place to prevent bad guys from spawning. And so all of this is to prevent any sort of zombies, skelly bums, spiders, creepers, endermen, witches. None of that can spawn here because of how bright the area is. Eventually, the entire bowl is going to be filled with torches. Right now, I think it's only around 2/3. I don't remember. I'd have to whip out MCA selector or something like that and see how many torches I have lying around. Yeah, there's still plenty of dark areas. I'll get rid of those eventually. No bad guy for me. My axe looks different because when axes were first added, they had two heads. And so that was only the iron axe though, because when the other tools were added, the axe went back to just one head. And so because I like this texture more, I created the double axe textures for each of the variants. I'll have to do the same thing for netherite when we get there. That's not true because I'm going to make brand new netherite textures. I forgot. I was going to remake netherite to like titanium or something. I'll get to that later. We're still a long ways to go until 1.16. We're talking maybe June. No, farther than that, July maybe. Because if August is 1.17, how many 1.17 pre-releases are there? There's not much because there's only 1.17 and 1.17.1. Oh well, I'm doing one 1.17 snapshot and then however many pre-releases there were. I don't think there are many. So if all that's August, then that means we have July will still be in 1.16. But there's a lot of 1.16 pre-releases and full releases as well. Not to mention release candidates. So I'll be taking care of all of that. My inventory looks different because I like it like this. Everyone gets the regular inventory. I want something different. All these texture changes you're asking me about falls under two categories. A, that's what it used to be. Or B, I wanted something different. The observer, I haven't applied it to the resource pack yet, but I totally forgot we need to get the observer. Oh, wait, the end as well. Okay, I don't think there are too many blocks added in 1.12 though. Oh man, there are invisible blocks here. Well, either way, maybe I'll get the 1.11 blocks in 1.12 as well. The observer has got to be easy. If I remember, I'll do that today, but all the shulker boxes. And I'll need to remember to leave space for one extra shulker box because the purple one is the default. And so once the default shulker box gets added, Once the default shulker box gets added, then all the normal ones get turned into purple, I think. Oh well. So just to keep all the shulker boxes together, I'll probably leave one space. Since that's only 1.13, and if I'm getting the shulker boxes in 1.12, then that won't be too big of a wait. But oh boy, I'm going to have a lot of work to do when we finish 1.12 because I'll need to make sure that all the goods are updated. There's a lot of work I'm going to need to do on the world to make sure I'm not missing anything after conversion. I do some redstone. I don't do it all too often though. It's usually when I have a specific build in mind. Alright, that's it. I need to see the blocks again. Alright, how many are missing? 1, 2. Anyone else? Nope, not really. So yeah, we'll start clearing up all this dirt, and once the dirt's gone, I could focus on digging the stone. To save on durability, I'll be tempted to use up all the pickaxes I currently have, and then start using my mending one. But we'll see. Oop. At some point as well, it's gonna have to be soon, by Monday, Monday being the last day, I'll need to get all the whatchamacalleds, all the books ready, which means I only spent a little bit of time getting books today, but I'll have to do the same thing, gather all the different books required for the other tools. Enchanting as a system is alright, but I will take advantage of it. Primarily Fortune and Silk Touch being my favorite. Howdy Potato, welcome back. What version added the ability to smelt tools down into their base components? That was this one, right? I'm talking gold and iron. Like if you'd put like an iron chestplate in the furnace, it gives you a nugget back, right? That's why the iron nuggets were added. Howdy Paul as well. I don't know how many changes are in the pre-release versus 1.11.1. I want to say there are only a few things. Most of the items, or most of the things were in 16W50A. And since this pre-release was kind of just its own little thing, then oh well, we'll see. The new enchanting system is much better than the old enchanting system. Spending 50 levels for a mediocre pickaxe was miserable. So spending a little bit of lapis and only 3 levels for a whatchamacallit, spending only 3 levels and a little bit of lapis for an enchantment that you know you're getting is a much better system. I know there's 3 enchanting systems because there's the original level 50 requirement, then there was the level 30 requirement, and then there was the 1.8. Spend the levels for what tier you're choosing. If there's something else, then I don't know what you're referring to. Apple One, think it's important? No. No, just those 3. Alright, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, the first enchanting system was terrible. Oh boy. I know they wanted some randomness to it, but that was the total not fun randomness. If you collected levels at a higher rate, then it would not have been as bad. But due to the slowdown of XP, how long it takes to get to the next level, anything over level 20 or so takes a while if you don't have a farm going. Yeah, 1.3 was indeed a great update. It was just a poor version. No, am I thinking about that backward? I don't remember what I first said. As 9 years has passed, I'm not all too sure how much I dislike the new combat anymore, because I've kind of just gotten used to it. I don't even remember what my thoughts were of it back then. I wonder how many videos I had of the 1.9 system, or the pre 1.9 system. No, of the 1.9 system back when it was new. Boop. All that dirt. I don't know what I'll use the dirt for. Maybe an overworld water park. Rebuilds the entire nether water park here in the overworld. Except this time I won't have to worry about misplacing water. Beta combat was rather simple. You just click, click, click as fast as you want. Just don't do it too fast or else you're wasting durability, because there's a certain period after taking damage where the entity is invulnerable, but you would still do damage to whatever tool you used. So if you got an auto clicker with a sword and you used it, I'll say a wooden sword, used it on a zombie, you're going to be wasting so much durability because of how fast the input is being sent, but of how infrequent the zombie takes damage. I view the enchantment system, adding the enchanting system as an improvement because it added more variety to combat. I think there are some people that accepted the 1.9 combat. I don't think it was universally hated. If it was universally hated, it wouldn't have stuck around this long. There are enough people in defense of it. I'm already tired of digging this out, but I know I just started. I need cobblestone. Need to get rid of all the dirt first. I really don't need to get rid of all the dirt, but I'd feel better if I got rid of it, as opposed to leaving the dirt. Have it as some sort of cover, and then only dig up underside. There's a lot of people who didn't care because they'll just accept whatever update comes next and adapt to whatever changes. Looking at you, 1.14 textures. Even though far less people cared about the texture change than the combat change. My primary building materials tend to be cobblestone, planks, and glass. Usually glass blocks because I'm still trying to get used to the existence of glass panes. And so my default is glass blocks. Alright, how's this shovel doing? Oh, not yet. I'll be able to combine soon without wasting durability. Let's see, 5% of about 1500 would be 75, so I'll need to add about 75. If I add 75 plus the 2 durabilities, that'll get me to where I need to be. It was not 1.15, it was 1.14 that changed the textures. 1.15 was the bug fix update. I know it's called, was it Busy Bees? Is that the official name? I call it the bug fix update, because that's what the focus was on. In all my years playing Minecraft, I don't think I've ever once used the honey block. Not the honey block, the whole honey system and all the bees in survival. Yeah, I'm also, as time passes, I don't really care about the 1.9 combat changes either. I've just accepted it. I'm not a PvP person, and I'm not in high intensity survival scenarios such as a hardcore world. So it doesn't have enough of an effect on me. Oh, I'm getting hungry already. All this dirt that needs to be dug up has been making me hungry. I've built plenty of castles in Minecraft. I think everyone needs to build a castle at least once in their Minecraft lifetime. I have a castle over there, buried behind the wall. Even though, didn't I call that the city and not the castle? I think it's the city on the hill, not a castle on the hill. The castle is the only building within the city. But hey, if you're playing Spore, then you know that some cities only have the city hall inside. So hey, you can have a city with only one building. I was planning on putting more up there because that's such a great area. That whole land formation generating like that as a giant plateau was really cool. And then I never did much with it. In fact, it used to just be a wall for a long time. Eventually, I got around to putting the castle inside. Are cities on Pokemon really that small? In terms of the standard 2D games. At that point, that sounds like a village, but if they're really labeled as cities, then go for it. I currently have 2 dedicated creative worlds, one in single player and one as a server. My own server, of course. I host because I'm too cheap to pay someone else to host for me. I used to have a snapshot test world. Well, not used to, I still do, but I don't hop on it all that often. I spent a lot of time in the 1.7 through 1.8 snapshots on there. In fact, I know the world is so old because I remember when 1.6.3 and 1.6.4 came out. I kind of done goofed the world by saving it in 1.6.3 and 4, and that ended up causing my 1.7 stuff to reset. Makes sense. My fault. I didn't think of it at the time. But yeah, eventually years went by and I got around to fixing it because that was an amplified world, and so it reset back to default generation. Come on, can I sleep yet? I feel like if the anime only had 3 or 4 buildings per city, that would feel rather cheap. It's a much more visual experience as opposed to the games focusing on gameplay. I don't remember if I did creative or survival first. I want to say I did survival. Probably because that was the default. And so I left all the default stuff. I'm kind of sad though. There's a particular seed that I went with, or that I wanted to rediscover. Because I was typing stuff in back before I knew how the seed system works. So I did stuff like seed, water, flat, stuff like that. Since I didn't know how the seed system worked. Thought it took words, and then I learned eventually that, oh no, everything gets turned into a number. I've never been a Pokemon fan, primarily because, as with a lot of stuff that I don't get into, there's just too much of it. And as someone who likes completing something from beginning to end, I can't start Pokemon because I know it would be nearly impossible for me to finish. It's also why it took me 10 years of procrastinating on Doctor Who. But then I sat down, did the math, and realized, well, 900 episodes is not impossible, seeing as I just completed 386 of Bakugan. see a slime. Well, it's not 900. Nowadays it's about 850 because of missing episodes and whatnot. But hey, we're getting a few new animated recreation episodes in a few months. I think March. So that'll be another Doctor Who story I'll get to enjoy. By then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna catch up all the way though. Yeah, trying to the definition of gotta catch 'em all. It's too much. Because especially as time passes, more get added. If you were to complete the entire Pokedex, oh boy. Beta 1.7.3 survival. Paul, I thought your 404 world was on beta 1.3. Man, now you really do sound like Tristan. My bed's blue because I colored it that way. You asked me that yesterday. Alright, I need to keep digging, that's what I need. How much more dirt is there? Paul, since you like creative so much, do you ever play classic creative? Nowadays it's easy. Especially since Betacraft. I would have said the, what was it, retro... Hold on, what was it called? Not retro MCP, that's the coder pack. Oh my gosh, what was it? The old proxy from 2017 before Betacraft took over. Oh, I keep wanting to say Retro Apo as well, but that's not it. What was it? Retrocraft, there we go, the Retrocraft proxy. That had corrected skins and sounds before Betacraft. That's what first introduced the modern folks to playing versions before InfDev. Man, that feels so long ago. One day, it'd be cool if we had a written history of Omni Archive and Minecraft version search. Lost Minecraft miners, all that stuff. All of the early to late 2017 archival. Because from 2018 and later, that's when the history became more detailed. Oop. Out of space again. I don't have a favorite basketball player because I don't care about sports. I'm not a sports person. I've never been interested. If I had to pick a favorite, though, I'd have to go with dodgeball. Do they still have competitive dodgeball these days? I don't hear anyone talking about it. I hear soccer, football, baseball, rugby, hockey. I don't hear anyone talking about competitive dodgeball. Single player commands goes as far back as Alpha 1.2, I think, Paul. You'll just have to go looking for it. I want to say mcarchive.net has alpha versions of single player commands on there. I think it's mcarchive.net. That's that's a archive for mods, usually old ones. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there. However, I will say it is rather small compared to what I hope it to be. One of these days, I'll need to ask if they ever incorporated the entirety of the historic one-stop mod shop archive on there from Alpha 1.1 through Beta 1.2. I think it's Beta 1.2. It might have been beta 1.3 and beta 1.4 was the version they didn't include. But I want to say beta 1.3 and 1.4 weren't saved on there. How many underwater mobs do we have? Squid, glow squid, guardian, elder guardian, dolphin. I'm not listing all the different fish variants. Let's see, out of all of them, do I have a favorite? I could go with guardian. They're rather interesting. Thought about saying squid, but do I really like squid? I'd have to say no, but I think being able to milk a squid when they were first added was kind of funny. Yeah, no sound. I was really hoping sound would be fixed, but I still don't know what the problem is. I'm tempted to go back and listen to my 1.10.2. You know what, do I even need to listen to 1.10.2 videos? I could just go back and boot up 1.10.2 and see if there's any sound. I don't have to open any worlds, I just need to click around on the main menu. Because if this is not going to be fixed in 1.11.1 or .2, I'll be rather sad since I don't know how to fix sounds. This is such a new version. Why do sounds not work? I don't know if there's a Minecraft YouTuber ignoring Stat is Minecraft and the whole Sky Army versus Squid Army. But Pyrift, the maker of the original 64-bit mods, you know, the good ones, he had a very strong dislike of squid, and I want to say went on an entire anti-squid rant one day in the Omni Archive Discord server. If not there, then somewhere he would have said it. Yeah, I don't know about any YouTubers. Might be who you're thinking of, because that's the only person that comes to mind for me. What tail is as old as the 1.3 update? Because if you're talking about squids were beta 1.2. If you're talking about my favorite mob being the Guardian, that was release 1.8. And sun's going down, but my inventory is just about full. I'm not going to combine those yet. Should I sleep first? I feel like it'd be wise to do so. I'll grab just a little bit more since I know if I try to sleep, it's going to say, "You're not tired yet." Maybe I should wait until the sun reaches the horizon. Maybe that'll be a way to verify. Oop. Oop. That's not what I wanted. Waste of shovel durability. Nope, still not. Come on. You don't have to use Forge for single-player commands. Single-player commands never used Forge, to my knowledge. It was always a base jar mod installed directly. It might have been compatible with Forge at a later point, like beta and later. It'd have to be really late on beta because Forge was brand new at that point. Forge didn't start taking over the modding scene until around 1.2. I think the 1.2 versions was when it became independent, because Forge used to be a mod loader on top of, or a mod loader based on mod loader MP, which was installed on top of Forge. So some early mods required all three to be installed, and around 1.2 you only required Forge. One of these days I'd like to look into the full history of the Forge mod loader, going all the way back to mod loader and mod loader MP. That was back when there were a bunch of different, bunch of dependency mods. There we go. Because audio mod was on there, spawn list was one of them, turbo model thingy was another one. Eventually, all these mods kind of went away, and Forge took over entirely, and so it was just, well, just drop it into the mods folder, call it a day. Well, that was around 1.3, 1.4 was when you had less dependency mods. Later versions required Forge. I didn't realize that. Probably because how many features of single player commands do you need in 1.3 and later? There's probably some features on there, but wasn't it discontinued around 1.6 or so? Ideally, it would be maybe 1.8, you really wouldn't need it. Since you get spectator mode as a replacement for no clip. It's been so long since I've used single player commands. I haven't had any projects that's required it recently. And boop. Alright, let's toss the dirt. And let's do what I've done before and fill up chest after chest with dirt. Chances are, by the time I'm done with the current project, I might have enough dirt to make another dirt fish. I don't think I will, though. Maybe what I could do with all this dirt is do some more compulsive terrain smoothing. But if I were to do that, I'd need to find an area that I'm unlikely to build in. Sure, I'll put away the slime balls. I might get attacked with a bunch of slime and realize, oh no, I don't want this. Man, I've been playing all this time and I've only eaten 2 bacon. I'm finally getting to enjoy the 1.11 hunger system after talking about it ever since the beta 1.8 hunger system 3 years ago for me. Starting Java 1.8 is not late. Ian, I believe, started around 1.14 or 15. And I think to myself, that was only 6 years ago. But at the same time, that was 6 years ago. 2019, the big old 1.14 update. Right around when the Better Together big old Bedrock Edition merge. Though I know that was a little earlier, I believe. In fact, I think that was the year prior, 2018. No, maybe it was 2017, like the end of 2017. And then 2018 was the first big update, bring in the 1.13 features. One of these days I'll go back. I only got a slight refresher because with a couple months ago, I went through all past Minecraft lives. Lot of history there. And there were surprisingly less advertisements than I thought there were. Because I wrote down the amount for ad overall and marketplace ad. And it's still funny thinking back because I wonder how much money did they spend producing that super duper graphics pack music video? That did not look cheap. That did not look like a cheap thing to make. And then poof, we never got super duper graphics. So that kind of died out, and RTX ended up replacing it, which is really sad for the console people because super duper graphics was intended for the latest consoles at the time, and then we got RTX, which is only for people with ray tracing GPUs. Is there a giant tower? I built a giant tower. One day I thought to myself, I need a giant tower here, and so I built a giant tower. So you got another 2. Is that important? No. What time is it? 10:45. Why are all these announcements going off now? Gold already? How high up am I? Oh, 33. You're right. We are rather low. I don't think single player commands is in the mods repository, but there are other mods in the Betacraft mods repository. Let's put all that away. We'll see how far I get on my current shovel usage. Because I'm only a quarter of the way there based on how much stone is exposed. So say it takes me 3 shovels for each corner of this. I'm gonna have to spend a lot more shovels. About 7 more. I could probably reduce that to 5 if I incorporate combining shovels. Making 5 more diamond shovels for this still sounds expensive. But at the same time, that's only 5 diamonds. How many diamonds have I spent trading recently? The answer is a lot. But that's not important because now that I have a easy-ish way to get mending, I don't need to worry about all of that anymore. I no longer have any concern for the amount of diamonds spent. But if I do have all those diamond blocks, I might as well build something out of it. Maybe I'll build it. Maybe I'll look online to get inspiration. How to make diamond block build look good. We'll see. One thing that diamond blocks could be used for is pixel art. I've thought about doing pixel art on here. Answer is currently no. I've already made a mine shaft. Good ol' arty shaft, back in my second world on here. Way over there, I built a custom mine shaft. Very, very, very outdated though, because at that time there were 5 different block types. So it ended up looking like a beta 1.8 mine shaft, not 1.8.1. There is no Herobrine in code, but there were 2 mobs, and I don't remember when each of them were removed, because I think they were removed at different times. But there was a mob called Mob. That was Steve. He just walked around, and I think he had the same AI as a pig. And then there was Monster, which also looked like Steve, but he attacked the player. And I want to say one of those was removed in beta 1.6, and the other was removed later in release. But don't quote me on that because I don't remember. But I know I had a beta 1.3 world with single player commands, and they were both still there. At least I think. Nighttime already? Maybe I should move my bed to the center of the area. But if I move it to the center of the area, I'll have to keep moving it every time I dig down. So I guess it'll stay there. Stay next to the ender chest. Alright, let me just finish this next row, then hopefully we'll be able to sleep. Jump, jump, big jump. Time to catch some. Just kidding. I'm not gonna catch some Z's yet. Soon, soon. Yeah. If you were to retexture the Steve, if you retextured the Steve texture, then when you summon the mob, or I should say when you summoned Monster, then it would look like Herobrine. I thought about doing that as some sort of video where Monster would be summoned and I changed the texture. Never got around to making that. I didn't care enough. I should say I ran out of inspiration rather quickly, which caused me to stop caring. Oop. Clean inventory is a happy inventory, but oh boy, my armor. Maybe I'll start working on the armor before the tools. I have the 2 pickaxes, those are most important. But I really want to get the sword. Get the, go for all the sword enchantments next. You know what'd be nice though? Feather falling. Because that is, I most certainly required that. Steve used to be called Zombie. Way back then, when you summoned him with a G key, you were summoning Zombie. That was the term before he was given a name for the skin. And that was also before we even got the Zomble mob itself. That was never hostile though. Even when the skin was reused in InDev after the MD3 models, when Steve was brought back, he was still peaceful. Man, I remember those days. I'd have to look back at some of my thumbnails, because I have one screenshot that showcased that. Showcased the InDev world with some of the Steves going around. I certainly remember the classic Steves though, because I built a Steve race based on a video I saw. An old video from Classic where someone built this little racetrack for the Steves. Oh, we're uncovering this cave here. Here, I'll go around. Oh, we have easy access. Pre-Classic has the least amount of versions out of any Minecraft phase, assuming you separate it from Classic itself. If you're counting 0.0.9 as the start of Classic, then there were only several versions. Several known to exist versions. I think tomorrow we're not gonna do any more digging. Maybe today, after this stream, I'll go for that sword and take my sword that will absolutely have looting 3 on it, take it to the nether, try to collect skulls. And as long as I can collect at least 2 skulls before tomorrow's stream, then I'll be happy, and we'll collect the last one on stream. Fight the Wither, defeat the Wither, and call it a day. I wonder what armor I used back when I first took out the Wither. For some reason, I feel like I took on the Wither using only iron armor, but I don't remember if that was this world or if that was my 3DS world. Because it might have been the 3DS world. That Wither, the Wither fight on the 3DS was rather interesting. I should say more interesting than the Java edition, although I don't remember how it compared to console, since console also had a interesting Wither fight. Wait, why would I have compared to console? Because I was based on Pocket Edition. Never mind. Maybe the Pocket Edition Wither fight's different. As someone who doesn't play Bedrock, I don't remember. I don't even remember when the Wither was added to Bedrock. It might have been 1.1 if that was the boss update. Because 1.0 was the end update. No, I think 1.1 was the exploration update. No, Discovery. Sorry, it's the Discovery update. That's the Pocket Edition naming convention back in the day. It might have been before the Better Together update in 1.2, because I don't think it was 1.4. They skipped 1.3, right? There was no 1.3. Bedrock would have been Bedrock by then. Bedrock has skipped two major versions. I think 1.3 was one of them, and 1.15 maybe? It was either 14 or 15. The reason why they skipped that one was because they wanted to catch up with Java. For better or for worse. One of these days, I want to make a whole video essay for why I don't believe Bedrock Edition should still support phones, but that's for another day. Maybe I'll only do a full-on written document. Oh, you're right, single-player commands did support World Edit. It natively supported World Edit. I remember that. I guess that would be a reason to use SPC over waiting around for 1.3. I don't know, I've never been a World Edit person. I prefer the external 3D editors. Looking at UMC Edit, as I throw shade at how much I dislike Amulet. Amulet's been around for years now. Why is it still behind? Amulet doesn't support entities, right? Or tile entities. MC Edit was great. Such a great tool, and I'm sad it was only ever updated 1.12. MC Edit 2 came around. I don't think that lasted very long. Oh well, oh well. Nowadays, someone could probably make a custom MC Edit version for 1.13 plus. The big slowdown, though, is every other major update since then has had a different world format. In fact, I almost think every update has had a different world format. I guess you'd have to declare which version, but then trying to support all the different chunk formats sounds like a pain. Oh well. Alright, I think we'll be taking the minecart back soon. Since the shovel... You know what? Hold on. This one has 400 uses. I'll keep going for now. I look at the progress bar for the shovel and I think, oh no, it's really low. But then when you remember that shovels, or I should say diamond tools, have 1,562 uses, you are reminded, oh, that's not so bad. Trying to do some compulsive terrain smoothing with World Edit sounds like a bigger problem, much more time consuming than just fixing the terrain yourself. World Edit is better for larger stuff, or copy and pasting. But when it comes to smaller things, unless you have ninja fast typing speeds, it'd be faster just to do it yourself. Let's dig all this dirt. So I have efficiency and unbreaking. Alright, cool. So this shovel will last me a little while longer. Maybe I'll get lucky and I won't have to make 5 more shovels. Doop, 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 doop. Give me the dirt, thank you. I'm a ninja, but that doesn't mean I have ninja fast typing speeds. My fingers are optimized for gaming, not for typing. I wonder what typing speeds are averaging these days with how many people use computers in school to type up reports and stuff. I didn't really need to do that much until high school. I had some in middle school, some in middle school and earlier. But I was already in high school by the time we had a lot of reports. For history class, 10th grade, I think, we had to do current events. Type a 1-2 page report about a current event. Something deemed relevant. I don't remember how good I was on those, but that was a once a week thing. The goal was to get us to interact with modern day history. History in the making. The shovel is ninja quick. Whoop. Alright, cool. Ender chest not full, which means I could keep digging. ZZZ as the Zella moon rises. Alright, so that one's 290. This one's 500. Times about 2 or so. I wonder if they ever fix the internal server problem with breaking blocks too quickly and it leaves ghost blocks. At least in single player. Another time when this happens is netherrack. When you're digging netherrack in the nether, because well, it's where you get netherrack. When you're digging in the nether with any shovel that has like efficiency 2 or higher, you're going to be breaking those blocks rather quickly. So that's when I remember encountering the problem most. Spell check got it wrong. You have autocorrect enabled? I thought you were on desktop. You have autocorrect on desktop? I have Grammarly, but I have to approve every change. That's not an automatic thing. Should say I have Grammarly free. I'm not paying for it. I'm not that big of a writer. It really doesn't like how I type out, though. I type so descriptive and so wordy that it says, hey, you want to clarify this? Or hey, you want to simplify that? Grammarly doesn't like me very much. Sometimes I say, fine, we could change this. Other times I say, no, I typed it out the way I did specifically because I wanted to. Oh well. Thankfully, Grammarly's not a person. I wonder if College Humor would ever make if Grammarly was a guy. Because a long, long time ago, maybe 2013, 2014, they started a series called If Google Was a Guy. And then eventually they had a If Google Was a Guy Quarantine Edition. Or something like that. And was a more laid back. It was also animated as to not have people in person. I don't know if they've ever made more episodes since then. You're on phone currently. I see. Alright, 352 times about 2. The reason why I multiply it by 2 is because that's about what you get when using Unbreaking 3. It's not times 3 because times 3 would be the maximum. But it's not exactly 3 uses to drop the point. Drop the durability by 1 point, I should say. Oh, Invisiblock. Where you at, buddy? There you are. Maybe I should check if there are any more. The shovel has efficiency. Haste is the potion effect. There you go. That's the word. Haste is the effect. Efficiency is the enchantment. Bye-bye path block. Maybe I should have soak touch that. Can you even soak touch path blocks? I feel like you can, but I feel like that's a total waste. Using soak touch on a path block to get the path block back. Unless you specifically want path blocks in there. But here's the thing, it'd be cheaper just to use grass and then path block it yourself, because once a path block is a path block, the grass doesn't spread. Or does it? You know, it might have. It might have used to spread. Maybe it did. I don't know. Well, either way, the only reason why... No, because if you were to path block, then soak touch, you'd still be using shovel durability, turning it into a path block. Oh boy, micro optimizations. Isn't that what we gamers do? Good news is, I don't need to make 5 more shovels. I only need to make probably just 1. Combine it with this one, because this is all the dirt I have left. I don't think there's any dirt underground, because this was before dirt. Dirt doesn't get in the population. When chunks are populated, dirt is not included in that. No, sorry, decorated, I should say. They are in chunk population, not chunk decoration. Chunks get redecorated in InfDev 327. Maybe it is dirt. Maybe dirt does get added. I'll need to find out. Because I'm pretty sure this was before when dirt spawned underground. And I'm looking around at the cliffside though, and I'm only seeing ores. Ores are part of decorations. Whereas underground dirt patches are population. You know what? I think I know what happened. I think it is part of, or dirt is a part of that, but this was repopulated before dirt spawned underground. Because I don't think dirt spawned in underground patches until later in InfDev, and all this terrain was loaded up by InfDev 415, because that's where all the poofy trees were. So between 413 and 415. Howdy slime, we're gonna ignore you. Anything important? Do. Well, right along the minecart, I get to catch up on stuff, see if there's anything important going on. But I'm pretty sure the answer is a big whopping no. Well, we made it back to Ice Cream Station. One of these days I should write down Ice Cream Station. You know, having the glass doesn't make this feel much different compared to how it was before. That's alright. Years of not knowing what to put as a roof. I finally decided I'll just fill it in with glass since I'm so used to it being open. I'm pretty sure I was planning on having the regular old style triangles. The triangular shaped roof, and then I just never got to it. Either triangular shaped or sort of like the semicircle, or half pipe if you're a cool surfer dude. One of them skaters. Oh, I'm running out of space for dirt. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'll leave that chest where it is, and we're going to grab dirt. Oh my gosh. Howdy, Henry, welcome back. With your cats, of course. Alright, what we're going to do is drop down another double chest. Because I have space for a double chest. How about we use it? And I've made a mistake. Hold on, can I place your bets now? Do you think I'm gonna land and break my ankles, or do you think I'm gonna successfully survive making the jump? 3, 2, 1. Hiya! Oh, we're good. I did not bump into anything. Alright, place your bets now. Think I'll make it to the other side? Hooray, I win. You were incorrect. I lived. There's a sad cat? I didn't know. Man, it's like it's made specifically for you. And I cannot Halo reach that top chest. Can I really only reach 4 of these? I'm running out of space for chests, though. Yeah, I can't put another one on top of this because that's going to be right underneath the roof. I'd have to use a hopper. I'd have to use a hopper if I wanted to get the items. Hoppers to get them in or out of the chest, I should say. And while we're here, let's make that extra diamond shovel before we forget. Yeah, I could totally build something. That's 38, over 38 stacks of blocks of diamonds. Multiply that by 9. That'll tell you how many individual diamonds I have. But 38 stacks is a lot of diamonds that I could build something with, and I don't know. See, too many diamonds, because once you have this many, they lose value, right? Because the more of something you have, the less valuable. Come on, show me the Zella Moon eyes. I'm pretty sure this is the largest Zella Moon, taking up the full texture. There it is. When you see red, you can go to bed. You know what? That works. There you go. Anyone who uses the this resource pack in the future, when you see red, you can go to bed. Because there have been plenty of times where I try to sleep and the game says, sorry, it's not dark enough yet. I wonder if Minecraft sleeping will ever be based on exhaustion and not based on the time of day. The only problem is, how's that going to work on a server when every player on there has a different exhaustion level? A perfect oak leaf. You got to take a picture of it and post it to Twitter. Yawn. I haven't done much this morning. I did a little bit more enchanting, a little bit more of the book enchanting, getting the bow ready, getting the bow that I'm never gonna use ready. Sounds like a plan, coolio, coolio. Maybe one day I will make a whatchamacallit. Maybe one day I will make a pathway, an ice highway that goes from one end of the world to the other. I feel like I might do that. They need to be in a good position though. I don't want it looking very out of place. I'd also need to make sure it's either high enough where I could build it on a bridge, or if it's low enough where most of it's underground. That way I won't have to look at it much. Maybe I could calculate the average height of the world. Average heights of the bowl. See where it all sits. Because it's not 32. It's above that because 32 was sea level and land generates at sea level and above. So it could be between 32 and maybe 40 or so. I guess I could place it around 37 if I wanted average. Alright, I know. All I'd have to do is compare the amount of air. If I got a vertical range, compare the amount of air to everything that's not air. That'll give me the average height. Compare between 0 and 64 because that's how tall worlds used to be. You know, I'm starting to miss that efficiency shovel. I'll get rid of that. Boop. Starting to miss the efficiency shovel. Going back to the regular unenchanted. I feel the slowness. Yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done with all the... whatchamacallit? We're almost done with all the dirt here. I'll probably go for the ores. Fill up my inventory using fortune on all these ores first. Except for iron. I guess it would just be coal, thinking about it. Only coal I would use fortune on. Except since it doesn't matter, I'll just stick to the fortune pickaxe because I need cobblestone. But if I dig up all the ores first, I can put those away before I totally fill up on cobblestone. Because if I were to dig the ores as I collect the cobblestone, the ores would take up inventory space away from cobblestone. It's all about data compression. It is more efficient to I thought I saw purple. I thought I saw streaks of purple go across the stream. Across the screen, I should say. Anyway, it's not important. It's more efficient to fill up your inventory of one singular item because any incomplete stacks, you'll be reduced to one. But if I had multiple items, each item will end up with an incomplete stack. And you can't combine incomplete stacks of different items. Micro optimization. Is there a block there, or did I just land wrong? I don't know. Anyways, that was not nearly as much as I thought it would be. Right, 1200. Let's see, think we can combine these? Nope, not yet. Wasted durability. Alright, cool. Let's toss all the dirt. There you go. Should have done that first. I didn't need to bring it together. Alright, anyways, let's dig up all this coal. So yeah, fortune versus silk touch. Maybe I'll get lucky and these will be larger ore blobs. Because ore veins in early InfDev were still large. Not as big as InDev ore veins. Those were very, very extensive. But when Notch was working on InfDev, the ore veins were large compared to what we have today. Because they were not reduced much when converted over from InDev. Now look at that, one iron vein, I got 14 blocks out of that. Modern day iron veins, that's not true. Iron veins all the way from InfDev until release 1.17 would have, or would only be up to 10. And gold would only go up to 9. Yeah, that was a 14 vein there. It's nice to go mining again for all these ores, because I gotta say, I need the coal. I absolutely need all the coal, because I spent a whole bunch of it trading with the blacksmith. I don't know if he wants any more coal. Maybe once this pickaxe gets low on durability, and before going to the end to repair it, I'll check back to see what we're looking at. What the current trades that are available. Since I know I ran out of multiple of them. That chunk just casually wants to disappear. That's okay. I don't remember if I was able to trade coal or if I ran out of coal. That's the point I'm trying to get at. Because there was a blacksmith and I could trade iron, coal, and diamonds. I know there's diamonds somewhere around here. Or I guess that's another positive to picking up picking up all this coal. How many times have I said coal so far? Is that with the mending, it all gets repaired. Of course, that's only effective for some of the ores. I'll have to wait until 1.17 when we get the raw ores. The raw versions for iron and gold. And copper, but copper's brand new at that time. Does anyone remember when copper was first being tested in the snapshots for 1.17 if it dropped the full block? Because I don't remember. Maybe copper was added at the same time as the raw versions of gold and iron. At this point, I really don't remember because the development history for 1.7 is very complicated because of the 1.18 split. So there are some features added in the earlier snapshots, and then you said, just kidding, we're going back, because that's when they decided to split the update, the blocks and items separate from the terrain. All right, I think now it might be good if I could lower the high portions, bring them down. Well, that was a lot of coal. Oop. Speaking of museums, as you said, I completely forgot. I still haven't gotten the Observer. I need to. Soon. Well, I don't really need to, but the Observer is very cheap. Cobblestone, redstone, and a quartz. So hopefully, the next time I go home, I'll remember to pick that up, and then we could stop by the block museum and place it down. The shulker boxes are going to have to wait, because if I need all 16 colors, then I need at least 32 shells, and there's a 50% drop rate, I should say, for shulkers and their shells. Yeah, let me drop some torches now that I know where I'm working. Thankfully, the way I'm digging this pit, since it's not vertical, every layer I go down gets faster because there's four less blocks on the perimeter. I should say 4 less blocks for the perimeter. So by the time I get halfway down, I've reduced a lot, which means the layers will start picking up speed. We just have to get there first. Hi, howdy to you as well. Hello, hi, howdy. That's what it is. That's what I used to say. Wrong account. That's unfortunate. Other people have said that before. Waiting for the switch and the return. Alright, plenty of daylight left. We just slept. Oh, there's a stream upload speed jump. Wonder if it had a slight hiccup. No dropped frames though, which means it's able to catch up fast enough. How am I doing? Yeah, this will take a while. Eventually, I might even switch over from my fortune pickaxe to my silk touch pickaxe. From there, I'll start collecting the stone. Because as much as I do need the cobblestone, and this will be my primary collection source, I could still use a lot of stone as well. Plus, I don't really have as much space to place cobblestone. I think it would be within my best interest to not totally stock up on cobblestone exclusive. Alright, there I go. So that's one layer down. Onto the next. It'll slow down in a couple of layers from now when the whole thing is solid, because this terrain is based on how uneven it is. It'll be a little bit until we reach the layer that is most dense. Did I pick that up? Nope. The whole point of this is to pick up the cobblestone, because I'm out. I'd rather not lose any of it due to taking longer than 5 minutes to pick it up. Oh, no. I thought I saw gold. I thought I saw a little bit of yellow when I went by. That was not the case. Wonder if I should go one layer, I should say one row at a time, or if I should do the whole perimeter starting outward and work my way in. Decisions. The thing with working outward then going in is that works best with squares and rectangles. This is not a good square or rectangle. Rather uneven. Well, I guess we still have work to do. I wonder if they're ever going to make a tool where you can mine more than one singular block at a time. But Jeb was talking about on one of the Minecraft lives after watching all 7 or 8 of them. I can't remember everything. But after watching one of those, Jeb made the comment of one of the Minecraft ideologies is block by block. And so I wonder if they're going to hold on to the one block at a time concept, especially since they have a whole April Fool's snapshot. Howdy, howdy, on your usual account. Were you signed out for too long and Google said, or was it inactive for too long and Google said, no, not returning. Oh no, there's a slime in here. Hopefully the farther down I go, the less slimes there will be. I should say the less big slimes. I don't know how much space they need. But if there's only a 1 block space, valid surface area, I don't even know if slimes need more than 1 block width though. Hello. Can you get off? Here, let me hold on to the fortune pickaxe. Get it repaired while I take on the slimes. Man, now I'm starting to get flashbacks to Piecraft Syndicate. And boop. Sounds like YouTube's giving you some difficulty then with account management. Let's see, what are we at? Hour and a half, about half an hour to go. Only happens on streams. Can you comment regularly? Can you comment on other videos, regular pre-recorded videos with no issue? So much stone, so much cobblestone. I'll need to remember to update the map after this. I don't know how long it'll take for me to dig the pit, but we'll see if I spend any amount of time doing it on my own. Because I need to speed this stuff up rather quickly. Another thing I want to do on my list before 1.13, so between 1.11 and 1.12, is I want to visit the Woodland Mansion. I don't know how much I'll do there, but I need to at least collect some totems of undying. Don't know how much I'll use them. I like keeping my offhand slot free because I like the whatchamacallit. I like keeping my offhand slot free so that way it's +1 inventory slot. Because I'm on Java, I'm not limited to the amount of items I can put there. So whenever my inventory gets full and I think to myself, oh no, I need just a little bit more space, poof, that's when the offhand slot comes in handy. As someone who tends to maximize inventory space when mining, that one's greatly appreciated. I should say maximize inventory space usage. Alright, let's think. How about I make this a little more squared off and then go around the perimeter again? You know, it'd be nice if there are more caves down below. Because if there are plenty more caves down there, then that'll save me blocks I have to mine. One thing I could do if I really, really felt like it was whip out a lot of the TNT I currently have. Or I could get some ender crystals and start plopping them down. I know you can only place them on, I think it's bedrock and obsidian. You cannot place ender crystals on any block. Unless you use commands to summon one, and I'm talking regular survival. Well, speaking of coming down to that last inventory slot, let me put that away temporarily, since you cannot use minecarts unless clicking on rails. Alright, last row. And then we'll catch some Z's, reset the weather timer, then get back to digging in the morning. Or how about I fill up the ender chest first? There we go. Now we'll catch some Z's. Boop. It would have been a little funny if even after that extra time spent, I still would not have been able to sleep. Man, so much stone. You know what this reminds me of? There was a time early on within my Minecraft Legacy era where I wanted to work on a slime farm. And my concept for working on a slime farm was, how about I just dig out a big pit and then add different layers? Because that way each layer would allow the surface area, an increase in surface area for slimes to spawn. So I started digging. I did a lot of digging. I got tired of digging. I asked other people for help with digging. I think at one time it was me and 3 other people. We were all digging this one pit. Now here's the thing, it's not like, 1 chunk squared, 2 chunks squared. It was 4 by 4 chunks. A whole 16 chunk surface area being carved out. From sea level, since that was an in-dev world, it was 32 or so. From sea level all the way down to the bottom of the world. And so I remember the day where there were 4 of us all digging this hole. And it was still tiring. Oh boy. In the end, I never turned it into a slime farm. I never added the different layers. I kept it just as a giant pit. Oh well. But yeah, the reason why I was reminded of that is because as I look around, That's sort of what this looked like in the early stages. If I were to look at old copies of the Minecraft Legacy world, this is right about what it looks like. The language is written top down, yes. Books, big ol' like full length novels in Japanese written top down and right to left. There are other languages that are written right to left normally, but yeah, I know about top down languages. All the anime inspiration is the reason why Innocence is written top down on the cover. I'm pretty sure Amazon would have said, sorry, no, it has to be written left to right. That's one of the reasons why I didn't go for Amazon for publishing. And nope. Alright, I think I'm all good. Back to stone digging. Man, I remember recently all the brick digging. I need to make sure I say that slowly. Yeah, I remember all the brick that I was digging on Nerve HQ. Or I should say in Nerve HQ. And I'm getting a reminder of that as well. And I've said it before, time for me to say it again. Why is it that in all my worlds I end up with these massive dig sites? Massive projects that require a lot of digging out. Such as how I think, I suppose. But I need cobblestone. I've been spending cobblestone left and right all over the place. Particularly with this ice highway. That was much more expensive in cobblestone than I thought it was. But at the same time, it makes sense because of how much ice I had to spend. I don't know exactly how much ice I needed, but if I were to analyze the world in MC Edit, it could tell me how much packed ice is placed. Well, anyway, yeah, that ended up needing a lot more cobblestone, and I didn't think to do the math that well. Based on how much ice I'm placing, I'm gonna need twice as much cobblestone, since cobblestone is solid, and it's not one every other. I could have done cobblestone every other block, but the problem with that is I'd have to place a block in between. At that point, that'd be a big old waste of time. It'd be much more efficient to just fill the whole thing in with cobblestone. Even with that few thousand extra free cobblestone from the little bit that I used the Infinicobble, that still wasn't enough. It was a big help though. All that Infinicobble was great, and I thoroughly enjoyed using it. Now I'm sad it's gone since 1.10.2, to my knowledge, was the last version you can have understacked items that would function correctly. I think there's an upcoming 1.20 snapshot where you can have understacked items again, but they function a little differently. I guess I'll start on this side. I'll keep going where I've been. I see you, slime. Top right. See if he can see me. If he jumps down into the pit, he's very likely to. Nope. Alright, cool. I think I'm safe. But I'm low on space, so let me toss that. We'll be needing to head back. Whoopsies. We'll be needing to head back home and put away all this cobblestone. My inventory and the ender chest are full. I know I could lay down chests over here, but if I lay down the chests over here, I'll have to move the cobblestone at some point. I'd rather move the cobblestone now as I collect it. Howdy, Mazov, welcome back. I'm digging another inverted pyramid because I need cobblestone. Therefore, this is a dig site exclusively to acquire cobblestone. Anything else is a bonus. Alright, boop. Maximum inventory space. Oh wait, I went the wrong way. Truck's on this side. So yeah, I needed cobblestone because I ran out of cobblestone working on that ice highway. This is a replacement for that, and to acquire cobblestone for any future builds that I might be working on. Oh, you went the wrong way. Boop. There we go. Why is there cobblestone in there? Oh, that's right. The prison. I dug out the entire prison in there. I remember. That prison ended up being smaller than I thought it would have been. That's alright. Maybe one day I'll expand the prison. I don't know how much more space I have, though. I'd have to go down. I think I tried going up, but I ran out of space as well. Because I'm trying to keep it all contained within the mountain there. So if I go too far, then it's going to end up popping out. Have you been enjoying the laptop? And InStuff Plus on there is one of the things you've been working on. Alright, and boop. Back to the warehouse. Here, there, everywhere. Joining laptop of Linux is horrible. I thought you chose this path. You're moving back to Windows this week. You tried it and you decided you didn't like it. Howdy, Henry. Oh wait, you were already here. Yeah, I've gotten used to fast track switching so that once I reach the end, flip the lever and then go back. You did. Alright, so yeah. Was there any OS installed on there originally? I feel like you told me, and I might have forgotten. Unless you wiped it, whatever was on there. So that way is a blank drive when you did a fresh install. But yeah, I remember you chose to go for Linux, and I don't remember what it was. Debian 12. I see. Okay, so yeah, it was pre-installed. Alright, boop. All this digging, and I don't even have one double chest of cobblestone. Oh yeah, while we're here, how about I be smart and clean out the rest of this? Any other ores, I'll just let it sit there. Boop. Let's make another half a stack of blocks. Plus 5, I guess. Probably should have done that to begin with, but oh well. I want to say the only people who enjoy Linux are the people who use Linux for Linux and not use Linux as a normal person. And I'll need to reach the top shelf. I feel like one of those people who have to get a ladder at a store, one of the big stores where you have shelves 2 or 3 stories high. I should say racks at that point. And so I have to climb the ladder to get all the way up to the top. But hopefully I won't do much dirt collection anymore. So I don't need to worry about adding any more chest space. And with the amount of slime balls I have, pretty soon we'll be able to make another stack of blocks. Alright, let's see. Can I combine these? I feel like the answer is still no. Nope, not without wasting durability. How about I put away these shovels then? This will keep my inventory space cleaner. That way I can hold on to more cobblestone. Alright, Zelamoon has risen. Let's catch some Z's, reset the weather timer. Oh, I didn't know you could see both beacons from here. For some reason, I thought the beacons were too far apart because I have my one beacon, the original, from there, and then there's the start of a super beacon over there. I want to say I only have 4, maybe? 4 out of the 6 set up. I still have a few more beacons in the end to collect, plus I'm going to get another one when I take out the Wither soon. Hopefully I could do it before Friday, so that way Monday I don't have to worry about any last minute 1.11 stuff. We shall see, we shall see. Time to flip the switch again. I pull into the station, flip the lever, press the button, and away we go. Back to the dig site. Food, torches, boat. I'm in the minecart. 96. I'll need to get better armor soon. But I want to work on the sword first. So that way, once I have the good looting sword, then I could go tackle all the Wither Skelly bombs. Hopefully not on stream though. But we'll see. If I don't get the Wither Skulls by Monday, we will be spending the 2 hours, or however long it takes on Monday, because I want to get the achievements before the achievements are gone. Boop. Well, that's why I can't sprint anymore. I'm hungry. Nom nom nom. All right, back to work. Back to the same thing I've been doing for the past half hour or longer. I really forgot how I started the stream, other than I was in the end. Oh wait, hold up, I was over here first. Oh hooray, chunks were unloaded. Cobblestone didn't despawn yet. I might have been digging this out for even longer, but I was focused on the shovel portion of it. I wonder if I'll ever do anything with this, because I've realized this is next to the city on the hill. Maybe I'll add some sort of bridge that goes across, since this will be a giant gaping hole in the ground by the time it's completed. I feel like going from there all the way to here would be a bit of a struggle. And boop. Let me pre-allocate the slots, that way I don't need to worry about my hotbar filling up. By filling up the entire inventory with a singular block of cobblestone, I know that my inventory is full by the time my hotbar starts receiving items. That way I don't need to open my inventory to check how full my inventory is. And based on OBS, looks like we have about 12 minutes left of the day. Nothing else is happening since I'll be doing all the boring stuff on my own time after today. I'll be heading back to the Enderman farm. So if we're ending off today with 5,965 Endermen defeated, we'll see if we could get closer to 10,000 by tomorrow. And hopefully I have that good sword. And 2 or more Wither Skulls. I'll also need to go through the list of biomes I've currently explored, and if I'm missing only a couple of biomes, and depending on how easy they would be to access, I might go for adventuring time as well. Probably not on stream though, but we'll see. Because those are the last achievements to get, the Wither related ones, and then adventuring time. So soon, all that needs to be done by Monday. But I also have to get all my armor enchanted by Monday as well, since I'm pretty sure 1.12 adjusts the system with cost and whatnot. The enchantment weight and how expensive it becomes to combine. To this day, I'm still mad at the too expensive feature. I would not be so reliant on mending if I didn't have to deal with that. But the cost to repair goes up every single time. Not fun. It's a deterrent from repairing. And so it was only useful in 1.4 when the feature was first added. And then mending came around and nullified that. Since it's more efficient just to get an XP farm and use XP to repair your stuff, because that doesn't make the repair cost go up. Yeah, we'll do that later. The sword, I believe. The sword takes priority, since I don't know if repair and armor, I should say adding enchantments to armor, is going to be too big of a problem. I'll need to get another book though. I'll see what villagers I have and see if there are any new ones that have spawned. Because I have stuff to sell, except, oh boy, with all the trading I did yesterday? It's either yesterday or the day before. I've already forgotten. But with all the trading I did recently, those villagers got real tired of the stuff I was selling them. So I'll need to find someone new that I could buy rubies from. So I need 28 per mending book. And I'll be really sad if I run out of the ability to purchase mending books. But when that day eventually arrives, then I know that the villager has outlived its usefulness. But that's okay, because I have spawners, and I have villager spawn eggs. I could always get that fake village going. That's going to be a 1.12 thing, though. 1.12 and 1.13, I plan on getting that village set up. Yeah, here in 1.11, I need to get my enchantments going and finish the achievements. And then 1.12, I'll feel safer moving forward. We're also going to spend an extra week in 1.12.2. We'll be spending 6 total days within it. I've thought about doing one particular 1.13 snapshot to get lava lakes on the nether roof, because there's a bug. There's a bug with lava lakes generating with stone in the nether during one of the 1.13 snapshots, because that's when they totally redid the system. And so I think to myself, this might be one of the last times I could go through bedrock on the roof. The only thing is, I don't particularly get to choose where these lava lakes generate. And I don't know how much surface area, how much nether terrain I'll have to load in order to get these lava lakes, because I don't know how uncommon they are. But yeah, it started with looking into the bug of lava lakes, the little springs that generate here in the overworld, but they generated in the nether. And they replaced netherrack with stone. And so, alright, that might be a cool little feature. And so you could get naturally generating stone within the nether in 1.13, or in the 1.13 snapshot. But then I looked further into the bug, and it turns out those lava lakes will also generate on the nether surface, on top of the world, on the bedrock roof. So that's another way to go through the bedrock up there, since I lost that ability in the beginning of 1.8, when you could grow dark oak trees and use their roots to go through bedrock. That was a great feature because that generated a nice hole. You were able to easily create a 6x6 area. Sure, it was very expensive with bone meal and saplings, but as long as you had bone meal and saplings, then You just had to take the time growing the trees, chopping them down, growing them more, all the way until the roots grew entirely to get through the bedrock. Yeah, let's fill this up, and we'll catch some Z's. Or not yet, because it's not dark enough. Oop. So all this iron I'm currently starting to see again. I'll leave it for now. I'll dig the iron at a later point. That way I can bring it all into one stack. Now we could sleep. Alright, back to work. I do wonder though if there will be any save format problems between that 1.13 snapshot and the 4 release. I should say the first pre-release of 1.13. Maybe it's not the first. I don't remember. I might have skipped, or I might intentionally choose to skip one or two of the 1.13 pre-releases. I know I'm skipping 1.16 because of a very world-damaging dimension bug. So I don't remember what I skip in 1.13. It makes staircase down in the stone? Yeah. I have 4 staircases. I have 1 on each side. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then that's 4. Those are all staircases to the bottom of the world because I needed to map out how large this was going to be. And so by starting from the bottom, I was able to calculate going back up. I see you, slime. You don't see me. Hopefully. Alright, I did it. This is when it's gonna start taking longer clearing out the whole area because it's mostly solid by now. Oh, the slime fell into a cave. Rather comedic, I say. So yeah, now what I gotta do is, or what I'm choosing to do is going all the way around. Because before I was working in quadrants, I don't think I'll do that anymore. There's one of the staircases. But yeah, instead of working in quadrants, I'll dig this out in the full size. Every layer I drop will speed up the process because there's less blocks to dig, assuming the area is totally solid. There are a few caves down there. I don't know what the caves look like. I've done a little bit of cave exploration, but I think to myself, how about I just start digging, and then I can explore the caves as I get there. I don't know if I'll leave it totally hollow wherever the caves are on the sides, because this isn't part of a build. This is just a hole in the floor. This is a very large hole I'm working on. Oh, another minute or so. We're coming upon the end of today, it would appear. It is an inverted pyramid. I think that's what I've been calling it. Oh yeah, I have plenty of inventory space. Plus, I think the ender chest still has lots of space as well. And it might be one of the last times for me once I pass this corner. So I'll probably stop when we get to that corner over there and then call it a day. Turn around, make sure I'm not losing any cobblestone. But yeah, if anyone has any final thoughts, say them now. Stream delay and all that. If you want to make sure it's said before the end of the video. We'll be back again tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday. We'll be back again tomorrow in the full release of 1.11.1 that has bugs fixed compared to current version. And then that'll be the last stream for the week. So yep, that's indeed all it for today. Thank you all for watching. Bye.